Hey YouTube land, it's Icandrus here doing another action figure review, and this time I have two dinosaurs from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Attack Pack line to review. I found these at retail over here in not Brown Thomas and Debenhams, but these are the only time I've seen these two particular dinosaurs from the later waves of Attack Pack. Most of the time I've only seen the Wave 1 Raptors, Gallimimus, and Dimorphodon, and I think there's one other one in that line. The blue, Raptor Blue as well. So these are just like the basic dinosaurs for the line, and this is the I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this, Herrerasaurus, I think. I hope that's pronounced. And, of course, Velociraptor. So, height-wise, just getting the old tape measuring, the Velociraptor stands just a little under 4 inches. You can kind of raise it up a bit higher than that at the back if you position legs. And the Herrerasaurus is about 3 3/4 inches on our hind legs. You can kind of raise her head up higher, but it kind of looks unnatural then. And then if you do it that way, she comes in just a hair under 5 inches. So there's that. These are basic articulation dinosaurs. So for the articulation, you have, as you saw, a hinge here in the neck for the Herrerasaur, and you have an opening mouth and jaw. You have swivels in the arms, nothing in the elbows, nothing in the wrists, then just swivels in the thigh, forward and back swivel, and then you have a tail swivel and nothing else. There's no ankle articulation or foot articulation. So for the Herrerasaur, we can just bring that up. That is the scan code for that. She doesn't have any foot pegs. Her feet are kind of big. I find them kind of awkward looking, but then again that could be the way the skeletal structure for the dinosaur was, and that's what they're basing the figure off. So I'm not too familiar with this particular type of dinosaur, or basically this type. I'm not even sure if it's a raptor. It's not a raptor type, and it's the what species is it? Tyrannosaurus from the kind of that style of dinosaur anyway. And then for the Velociraptor, this is just a straight up repaint of blue. So it's the exact same figure with articulating mouth. You got swivel in the arms, you got swivel in the hip, just basic swivel, and nothing in the tail. Now, I did have a slight accident with this one. I'm not sure if it's mold degradation on the part of Mattel, but it literally dropped onto a carpeted floor when I was moving it, and this leg here snapped off. It was this clean break. It snapped off where it glues on, so I was able just to re-glue it, which is why it looks a slight bit off. But it just fell literally from about waist height, and it fell onto a carpeted floor, and the leg here snapped off, which was a bit of a disappointment. It could have been just mine. As I said, it could be just mold degradation on this particular figure. As I said, this is the first time it was painted up and molded. This is a later wave, and it's been remolded, or not remolded, but recast in different plastic. So it could be just slightly different, or whatever way they make the molding. So there is that to watch out for. No paint issues on either of them, from what I can see. I know some of the lines, mostly a lot of the Attack Pack stuff has had kind of slight paint QC issues. So far I haven't seen anything. What I do find interesting on the Herrerasaur, or the Herrerasaurus, is that the It's actually slightly reddish under the black or brown, kind of dark brown striping on her. Instead of just using the basic skin tone, they kind of painted her not like reddish, brightish orange red underneath it, and then painted the texture over that, which is quite interesting. So just for a scale comparison, if I just move them back a touch without them all falling forward, there they are next to one of the basic human figures, the mercenary figures. Overall, not bad. I'm not a huge fan of the Herrerasaur, or Herrerasaurus, if I'm pronouncing that even correctly. A bit of a strange looking dinosaur, I will admit it. It looks kind of like, has kind of like an Allosaurus look to it, and then has the long, almost like a raptor snout, and then has these tiny spines. To say the least, it is a bit of a bizarre mix. It does look kind of out of proportion as well. It has these kind of long chunky arms, and then it has these big massive feet. Then again, as I said, it could be done for stability, because I know the raptors have sort of slightly large feet as well, so that could be just the reasoning behind that. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. It's just, I found this and I thought I might as well pick it up as it was on sale, so I probably wouldn't find it again, so there you go, I picked it up. So all in all, just a quick video review for the Herrerasaur and the kind of, I think it's the third attack pack Velociraptor in the single card. I know there's the crouching one, there's blue, I think this one, and I think there could be one other Velociraptor in this, reusing this mold. But all in all, it is just another reuse of the blue mold, which is a good. I prefer that one over the crouching one, because the crouching one is more kind of specific in the sense that you don't get much posability out of it. At least with this one, you get some sort of posability, kind of more natural posing to it. So you do have that. So all in all, not a bad two dinosaurs. Do recommend picking them up. If you're a fan of the Herrerasaur or Herrerasaurus, do get it. As I said, one thing I did find interesting, actually I should point it out before I wrap up this little quick review. When I did scan it in, actually before I go further, there is, if that is going to zoom in on it, give me a moment, there we go, hopefully you can get that. That is the scan code for the second Velociraptor. Each one of them is different, so you might as well use that. Getting back to this guy, when I scanned in the actual foot scan onto the app, the dinosaur that you get is actually slightly different coloured to the one that this one is molded in, which is kind of interesting, because usually when you scan them in, the colour pattern of the dinosaur that pops up on the scan tends to match the colour scheme of the dinosaur you're scanning in. So for example, blue's one looks like blue, the Velociraptor will look kind of that kind of colour with the orange, slightly orange with the brown stripes, but this one is quite different. It looked more green with brown stripes than this kind of brownish with black and orange on it. So it could be that there is another version of that. It did say 2 of 2 when I scanned it in, so I know there is one other version of it, which I think is the one that comes with the I think it's like a mercenary and Herrerasaur or something along those lines. It's like a 2-pack, if I remember correctly. So there is another version of it out there, but it doesn't seem to have the same colouring as this one. So there you go, guys. I know, hopefully I didn't ramble on too much, and I didn't. I made a couple of bits of coherent reviews there, but or statements for the review. But all in all, hope you enjoy this review, and as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will try and reply to as many comments as I can get. Cheers, guys.